planning to major in geology at College of Charleston.
Good job.
When the lights and camera turn off, I will be here. When the interest and conversation fade, I will be here. When there's no one around, a father will do anything it takes to be there for his son, to protect his family.
Daniel Robinson went missing 4 months ago. This is the last photo his family has of him. He's a 24-year-old geologist, last seen leaving his job site in Buckeye, Arizona.
As the Gabby Petito homicide case garners national attention, another young person has been missing for nearly 3 months, and his family is desperate to find him. 24-year-old Daniel Robinson, a geologist, was last seen on the morning of June 23rd, leaving his work site in the desert of Buckeye, Arizona.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son. And I'm still searching for him. Thank you guys for coming in this evening's Q&A. I'm David Robinson. I'm the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. My son Daniel graduated from the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina. My son went out to, started his career by leaving South Carolina, going out to Phoenix, Arizona, where he wanted to start his career, start his life on his own, away from his parents, away from home, away from South Carolina. Once he got there, Arizona and Phoenix, he landed his first job immediately getting there. Landed his job with a company called Matrix New World. It's also called Matrix Southwest Groundwater. Matrix hired him on as a field. Is also called a hydrogeologist. And what Daniel does, his job is to go out to various well sites all over Arizona to check the viability of those wells. Those wells in Arizona have to produce at least 100 years of water to be part of a community. And also those wells have to be drinkable. There are different levels of how deep the well need to go to reach certain waters. And my son's job is to check those wells to make sure those things happening. Of course, on June 23rd, my son, according to his job, was assigned to 2 well sites, as he always is assigned to certain well sites. It could be in the day or in the night. All over Arizona, like I said. But this particular day on the 23rd last year of June, my son had 2 well sites assigned to him. He, according to his job, did completed his first well site. The second well site is what the question is questionable where everything stands. My son, according to the worker, there was a worker there that was waiting on him. One person waiting on my son at this well site. The second well site he's supposed to be going to. According to his story, my son met him off of Sun Valley Parkway. There's both well sites is in Buckeye, Arizona, but met him off of Sun Valley Parkway outside of the Sonoran Desert. They had a brief conversation. My son had a brief conversation with him there. My son followed him into that desert. They went 1 mile west and 2 miles north to get to the well site. Once arriving to that well site, according to that worker, Ken, he said they arrived there around 9 o'clock. They had a brief conversation about the weather, and my son waved off to him and just vanished, never to ever be seen again. His vehicle, right here behind me, Jeep Renegade, 2017 Jeep Renegade, found in a ravine. Almost 3 miles, about 3 miles away from that well site, farther into the Sonoran Desert. It was crashed in the side of a 20-foot ravine. It crashed on the side there. You guys can see there was clothing on the outside of the vehicle in the pile, about 3 feet away from the vehicle, as well as a safety vest and some boots and everything. Everything, according to Buckeye Police Department, for instance, everything on his body was on the ground in that pile. That vehicle was found, like I said, almost 30 days later after Daniel went missing. According to the rancher who found the vehicle, as you guys know, he'd been out in that area. He have cattle roaming that free-ranging cattle that comes through that ravine. That ravine goes south into the Hassayampa River. It also goes south where the cattle like to go down through that ravine to make it over to a corral that's south of this spot here. And that's why the rancher was out there checking that area where the cattle usually go down that ravine. The cattle didn't show up there 2 days before the 19th, 2 to 3 days before. He came out there again on the 19th, and lo and behold, the vehicle was there, right? So the vehicle wasn't there for 30 days. The question was, where was the vehicle for 30 days? According to Buckeye Police Department, they want you to believe that the vehicle was there for 30 days. However, I didn't buy their stories, the theories and things like that. I decided to get my own private investigator, who's an accident reconstructionist and who's very knowledgeable expert in those fields. And my investigator found some hard, tangible, factual evidence, not only just from the physical part of looking at the vehicle himself and examining the vehicle, but also from the black box data that he got from the Buckeye Police Department that didn't know how to read the data. He read it for them. And he found out the information that was in on that data. The vehicle, as you guys know, had been driven 11 additional miles after the first crash. Investigators see the damage was multiple crash. But it was the first crash that had 11 additional miles after the first crash. And also the vehicle was cranked over 46 times after the crash. If you guys want to believe the theory of the Buckeye Police Department that was said that Daniel was sitting in his vehicle while it's on the side cranking that vehicle for 46 times, then you can believe in magic tricks. So I don't believe in magic tricks. I believe in logic. I believe in common sense, and those things did not add up. So that's the gist of the story of my son being missing. I've been out here, out in Arizona since June 26th last year, searching for him. Conducted my own searches without the help of law enforcement. Did over 46,000 acres, 45 weeks of searches with volunteers, over 35,000 acres of lands covered out there with volunteers from everywhere, from Arizona to California. People's coming out showing their love, and they're using their time and coming out there to help. We found human remains, bringing closer to other family members, people who have missing loved ones for years. Some of those bones are very old, and we bring closures to other families as well. So, pretty much the gist of the stories, you guys. So the Q&A this afternoon will be just that. You guys, if you have any questions about today's case, you also can go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com to hear some information on that. Get some information from that, as well as coming here to this YouTube channel, Please Help Find Daniel YouTube channel, and look at all the videos there and just hear more about Daniel's story. Or you can ask your questions here as well. That's what the Q&A is for. So I will have a section coming up really soon here about the Q&A and on the Q&A for you guys to ask your questions. All you have to do is just put your questions there by starting it off with a question mark, a capital letter Q, or the word question. That will help you out as well. Help me as I'm coming down the comment section. But I want to introduce somebody first before I even get started. She's going to keep me on track. I think she's about ready to come on. So some things I want to kind of share, though, for exactly what I did this morning. I want to give some of the call to action. I want to talk about this crime discovery ID issue that I have about the episode, which I'm grateful for. But some little things I want to make sure I correct for the record as well. So, but I'm going to bring her on again. She's been on before. You guys know her, Sophia. She's also known in the chats as So Fresh Smells. She's also a board member of the Daniel Robinson Foundation, the treasurer, and also she's a part of the A-team and my friend. So I want to bring her on right now for you guys, and you can welcome her on. How you doing, Sophia?
Hi, everybody.
Yes, thanks for doing this again. Oh, no, I can hear you. I can hear you really good. Thanks so much for coming in again and doing this again with me.
Absolutely.
Yes, what I was saying here, and I'm just going to start off like I did this morning. Just go ahead and talk about a couple of things. The first thing would be about this discovery ID. I just want to get it out of the way. As you know, that's always one of the touchy things that I talk about, even behind the scenes. Those little things I'm really touchy about because I have to protect Daniel's character and the person that he is, that I know him to be as his father. So definitely want to start off with that. If you want to go along as I'm doing this, I'm going to share a screen pretty much, so you know how that thing rolls.
I'm just looking for questions.
That's good for you. Okay, thank you. In the meantime, Sophia will be looking for those questions, you guys. So if you guys have those questions again, that's what she's here for, to look in the chat to help me out to get those questions you guys may have. Like I said, I come down the comment section. The easy way to find your questions is to put that question mark before your question, as well as like the question mark, the word question, or the capital letter Q. That helps as well. So she'll come down. And I want to say a couple people I see, just everybody who come in this evening. Thank you so much. I see a whole lot of familiar names there. Thank you so much for coming in this Q&A. And I want to go ahead and start, Sophia.
Okay.
All right. So first thing I got here is Discovery ID, you guys. I know a lot of people who come on to Q&A have got a lot of information back. Very grateful. I want to say this up front. I'm very grateful to Discovery Channel, Discovery ID. for them sharing Daniel's story, because that's the name of the game. Definitely want to get Daniel's story out there. Definitely happy that they're constantly putting that episode out. Only problem I have, you guys, is some of the accuracy is not there, but that's something that can be taken care of itself. But when it comes to betrayal of Daniel's state of mind, his apartment, those things are problematic for me. People who's been following this channel, if you're new here, people who follow the channel have seen some of the things I'm about to show right now. But you know, I have to do this for Daniel's sake, because I did come back on. The episode came on again this week, and a lot of people hit me up about it. And you know, say, you know, hey, look, Mr. Robinson, I saw that I saw Discovery ID, and you know, that helped. Like I said, it helped, but I want to make sure they have a lot of accuracy. So what I'm going to do is do a share screen with you guys. I'm going to go through a couple of pictures, and that will help you out on that. You can see what I'm talking about here. So, all right. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is Daniel's apartment. Not the way that you guys may have seen it on Discovery ID, of course. Let me see if I can get this thing right here so I can share it better. But what I'm doing is pull me and her, Sophia out for right now. The thing is, you guys, like I said before, I'm going to put you up again, Sophia. But the thing is, this Discover ID. One thing that they got the information from, of course, Dane's mother and his brother. And I'm saying, you guys, I'm not saying anything about the mother or the brother or my son. All I'm saying is that, you know, I just want to make sure I clear Daniel's name and get some accuracy there. Daniel, of course, he's a young man. Again, this is the first picture I'll show every time. This picture of a television that's in his living room. You may see some stuff on the bottom. He's a young man. He didn't put a whole bunch of stuff in. He didn't put no flowers and things in his apartment. Of course, he's not decorating in a certain way, but he's there. That's home. You guys can look in the camera into that television. You can probably see two figures standing there. There's two law enforcement officers. One is Detective Biffin, and one is one of his help. One of the other officers there. What it was is that we talked in the interrogation room of Buckeye Police Department. They was asking, did we have access to Daniel's apartment, which we hadn't. And what they wanted to do is get in to just take pictures and look around. We tried it with the landlords, of course. The landlords was being resistant, as they were for me and the family. Wouldn't let us into Daniel's apartment. However, when he introduced himself as law enforcement, she talked to her higher ups, and they had an agreement to allow law enforcement in, but not the family. The law let them in, but they would have to be escorted by the office staff. Even if they're law enforcement or not, they had to be escorted by the office staff, not to touch anything, and just to take pictures. So that's what this picture, right? This one sole picture came from the Buckeye Police Department. They have others I cannot show you guys. Like I said, the ones that I have, some pictures I cannot show here because of the investigation. But I can tell you, this is this, I'll give you some of it. I was reluctant to put this up, but I want to clear Daniel's state of mind, and also clear the fact that he's not a nasty, untidy person as being portrayed. All right, so the second picture would be another angle from away from facing the TV on my backside and facing the front side of the living room. You can see his couch there, his stuff on in the living room, but you see the stuff on the ground, the little black bag here. This is Mr. McGrath, Jeff McGrath. He's getting ready to do his forensic stuff into this apartment. I had gave him the key. He got in to take these pictures. So that's where this pictures come from. And then the next pictures come from Jeff McGrath before he got started on what he said he was going to do forensically. But I'm using this picture to show you a couple of things. This is the canopy that Daniel was using at the young lady's house. Y'all heard the story about the young lady that he met, spent the night over. Of course, these two items right here is the things he uses when he goes out on a sunny day out there in the desert. The only puzzling thing is Daniel usually always take that with him. He always uses canopy. That's what he uses for job. But you notice it's still here after he went missing. So that do give you kind of puzzle. That just came to my mind just now. Why is it still there? You would think it would have been in his car, his vehicle, because the apartment is exactly where it was when Daniel left, and this is exactly been untouched. Okay, of course, he has his bookshelf here. It's a rock collection. That's what all geologists do. So it's part of his rock collection. So this is a different angle right here. You can see the television again, and some of the things here in this living room. Of course, Mr. McGrath bag still here. But this is the cases of water. Y'all heard about 2 cases of water that was inside the Daniel's vehicle, 2 untouched. cases of water. That's the 2 that was sitting here. He took that with him. Must have, because his sister bought him those cases of water the night before. He took those 2 cases with him, obviously, and put it in the vehicle. But somehow, like I said, the only problem I have, and I'll think it back again, is these 2 items didn't make it. Daniel always carried those with him. But I wanted to discovery ID saying that Daniel had trash all over the place, according to the mother's testimony, the brother, and stuff was all over the wall and trash and dirty sink. But this is a trash can here, guys. You don't see anything fall of trash. And I can tell you, I looked in that trash, and I think it was only a few items in there. No old food and all that kind of stuff in that trash. It's very clean. Also, this is the other angle of that trash. You cannot see anything hanging. You don't see nothing hanging off of doorknobs and dishes in the sink. This is the whole rack of clean dishes. I can tell you that's one cup and the little plate I think was in the dish, I can remember, in the bottom of the sink that he probably was going to come back clean. There wasn't no food in it, but it was something he probably was going to wash up when he must have left out that morning early because you see the water pitcher there. It have a filtration system in it. He drinks a lot of water, obviously, and he left that out. I did take out the refrigerator picture, but inside his fridge, everything looked normal. Got food in there. This everything is normal. You guys see no food on the floor, no trash on the floor. He kept the stove clean. He's obviously cooking. He have pots there, so he cleans himself up, cleans things up. Of course, that's Bush Chef again. This is the computer room. You have another separate room. Of course, there's somebody said something about a Bible. That's why I mentioned this before. You do have a Bible sitting there. Someone mentioned that in one of the stories about, he started reading the Bible, like reading the Bible is a bad thing. Of course, he come from a Bible reading family, so I'm a Bible reader. So, of course, he's going to have a Bible, and I'm glad that he was listening to reading the word. So, Phil, you got something you want to say? Okay.
No, go ahead.
I heard your sound coming back. Okay. All right. But those are things right here, you guys. I just want to run through it really quick here. This when things start getting kind of tricky a little bit. So sometimes people see this and say, hey, look, what's going on in his bathroom area? You see his tub look clean, all this clean. Of course, behind the door is a shower curtain, but the whole thing's clean. Pretty much this was on the floor. You got the dustpan because he was there cleaning up. According to my investigator, of course, when he started showing me this picture, when I seen things like this, for the first time I'm thinking from a parent standpoint, man, he need to clean it up. That is messing what's going on there, and that seemed mess. So I kind of try to give the benefit of doubt to his mother on that interview. May have seen this picture or something. I don't know where they get that nastiness and his state of mind from, but this picture and say, oh my God, because I was freaking out as well. But Mr. McGrath, from an investigative standpoint, him and his team pointed out to me that they saw this thing different. Because when I saw it from a parent mode. He saw it from an investigative mode, and he showed me the reasons why. It's many more pictures, you guys. I can't show you that, but I can give you the gist of what happened here. Some things are just thrown all over the place. As you can see, everything was thrown here. You see the drawer out. This is turned this way. This is broken. The box here. This box here came from inside his closet, so it was dumped out there. So it's a whole bunch of things. Just really just disarray. So a person look at it and say, "Oh my God, what's going on there?" But Mr. McGrath showed me with the vacuum cleaner and everything else from his take is that he was actually cleaning up, and there's all this throwing around happened after the fact. Someone was there looking for something. Don't know if it was Daniel or somebody else. But hindsight, to go back into what we have up to date, I had a meeting with the Tipline Police Department who did the forensics on Daniel's electronics for me. After a year, you guys, I was able to convince outside law enforcement agency to do that. And in that meeting, we found that somebody did tamper with Daniel's computer after he went missing. So it kind of goes together with my investigator now believing that somebody was tampering with his apartment. It wasn't forced entry. Somebody obviously had a key, but it was definitely things was moved around. And then also the fact that we have found information about the computer now, that somebody was there looking for something in the computer. And I'm not going to say exactly what that is. They did tell us that part, but definitely there was some there.
Still waiting on the report, right?
Right, and we're still waiting on that report. We're still waiting on that report, and so once we get that report, I can probably, depend on what I get, I can release some of that stuff out to everybody in the public. So I just wanted to show that real quick, you guys who have been watching Discovery ID, just don't get the wrong idea. You can kind of, that's a rebuttal on that part. Daniel, it wasn't showing Daniel's state of mind. Nothing was going on with his state of mind. I talked to Daniel 2 days prior. His mother did as well. She and I divorced, of course, but he talked to his mother as well. He's talked to myself, me 2 days prior. Nothing there indicating that something was going on with Daniel. And from my perspective, he had the same 2-hour conversations with me. He and I talked about his future. He's asking a lot of questions, as he always do, asking for advice, things like that. So we talked about, we laugh and jive and joke about other things. So it was nothing out of the unusual for my son. So I just wanted to point that out, you guys. And so we're going to move on from that point. Sophia, I'm going to run through all the stuff from this morning. I'm trying to move it fast, and so we can get to these questions. But I want to go straight to one other area, Sophia, and that's the call to action.
Okay.
What we talked about this morning. And so I'm going to put that on the screen as well. And so we can see if we can go through this, and let's see if I can get this back where I was at here. I like to look at the YouTube side. I like to look at everybody on the YouTube and see you guys on that YouTube side of things. And okay. And also I like to look at the screen and see if I'm getting some real clear views there. All right. Support and efforts, you guys. That's the first thing I have on the call to action sheet here. I just put that together this morning. I'm going to have some more things I'm going to add as time goes. But I have a public search coming up on February the 25th. And next year, in a few days, next month, and definitely want try to get all the participation I can for the search, you guys. I went out to do some recon, you guys. I'm gonna show you some video and I'm gonna show you some pictures that I promised you guys about this well site. But I went out there to with the forensics team as well as Sophia and my team, the A team. We're out there on that Saturday, and they tore that place up. Sophia could tell you it was different. I tell you what, it was we had to navigate to get to those well sites, but we never could make it to the crash site. Just that bad. But I did get permissions, you guys, from the landowners who, after long discussion, who try to pin me down to one more search. They just want me out of their lands. They don't want me there anymore. Of course, if I find any more human remains, that's gonna make the place look bad, and I'm sure, which they should be found. So they're trying to push me out of there. They give me one search and tell me, I need to be done. But I gave them a half promise on that, just so I can get the search going. But I didn't make a full commitment to it. I just, at the end, I tell them, look, man, if it depends on what we find, out there, that would depend if we're gonna have a second search after that or not. But for right now, yeah, I just had to commit to that somewhat, just to get the search done. So I really need you guys. In other words, I need those numbers, you guys. The area that I need search is one area that we missed. It been eating me up for a long time to cover this area because it's very crucial to an investigation and to finding Daniel if he's out there. And God forbid if he is. But if he is, I definitely need to bring him home one way out or the other. And I need to go out there and search this area. And I need the manpower. I need the people. I need the line searches. It's really crucial to have these line searches. And I have to have that. So if you guys, that's the reason I put this together. If you guys can get involved by, if any groups, whether they're drone groups to ATV groups, you name it, hiking groups. If you're part of anything, anybody who you think would want to come out to the search, please encourage them to do so. You can encourage them if they need to contact me to go to pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com, and they can get information there if they need to. They can definitely hit me up, and I would definitely, get the information. I'll put the information on the bottom, you guys. You can see it down. You can contact me those two ways. Have to give them that number, or you can give them. I would rather for you guys to hit me up on the email, and my team and myself. Thank you, Sophia. My team. That's right. It's a lot easier, and then you probably get a faster response that way, because I have a whole team that watches. Sophia's one of them, and you guys, and then I get it myself. But yes, go ahead and reach out, please, if you can. Do that. Share with your social media to date. Share the urgencies that I'm talking about, you guys. We really need the numbers. And also if you're out there, just share it on your platform. You guys can also prepare to attend, meaning that here it is. It's December, going on January. If you guys can, it's time to prepare now, and I'm preparing for the search, of course. Also, you guys, I'm kind of going through a little fast. You guys want to go through the details of it, you can watch the first Q&A from this morning. We kind of went through it with more detail. but I have a number B, the letter B here as well. Prep for the protest. Also having a protest in February, excuse me, February the 18th. February the 18th. Thank you, Sophia. February the 18th, you guys. This protest is, I call it kind of pending in some ways. The reason why I say in some ways pending, because I'm really still trying to push Maricopa County to do the right thing, right? If they do the right thing, then there would be no need to go to this protest. But right now, it's scheduled for February the 18th, you guys. Getting the permits to be out there and all that kind of stuff. But I need you guys to be there, and I need y'all to promote this on your social media. Put it on your social media account, and the hashtag is Justice for Daniel, because I need to get justice. It's been over a year, you guys. You know, it's going on 2 years, and think about it. It's been a year before I get just the forensic done on electronics. That's still forensic. I had to make another payment on the storage, to store this vehicle and all the other forensic stuff, you guys, to keep that stuff in some kind of integrity for law enforcement. I'm holding the stuff that law enforcement should be holding in their possession, but I'm holding the stuff hoping they get it. They did take the electronics. I did get those things back from law enforcement, but think about it, it's been over a year since they until I finally got convinced one to do forensics on those electronics. Think about that. I don't need to be 2 years to do it on the airbags, the clothing that was found out there, the vehicle itself, the red transfer paint. I don't need it to be 2 years. So I'm trying to, and the person who had that facility to do it is the Maricopa County, has the facility to do it and the know-how. And not only that, it's in their jurisdiction. My son went missing in their jurisdiction. Sheriff Zone has the power. He has the authority, and he can go in and just take Daniel's case, or he can just open up his own investigation, which I'm asking him to do that. And so he's not willing. He did tell us, Sophia, I think, in the back channel that he wasn't going to do the forensics or something.
That's
and
correct.
that's what's promoting this protest, you guys. You know, he didn't tell me man to man. You know, he talked to me man to man in my eye. This guy looked me in my eye, and that's why I had a great impression about him. He looked me in my eye. He listened to me in the meeting. His sister took notes. He pulled me to the side and he gave me his condolences for him and his wife. You know, that type deal, right? So I had a great impression, but then that went different when like where I come from. I said this before. Men look each other in the eye. We say something, we should mean it. But then he did something in the back channel. Didn't come to me direct and say, "Well, Mr. Rouse, no, I'm not going to do your forensics for your son's vehicle." No, I had to hear it from a second or third party. Right. So and that was very troubling to me. So the thing is, he has the power, you guys, and we're gonna have to push Sheriff Zone to do the right thing. He's an elected official. He got to. I'm telling you. I'm telling Sheriff Zone, I hope he's listening. I'm not going anywhere. If he happen to come up for election time, I'm going to make a big record that I can. I really am. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Because I need the justice. We're going to have to get somebody in that office who would do the right thing and who would give my son the justice that he deserves. So that's the thing. All right. And so you guys, please, if you can, share with your social media. I need to try to push people to be there as a very important event. Like I said, put a hashtag Justice for Daniel on your social media. I will be putting that on Twitter as well as Facebook and Instagram. Hashtag Justice for Daniel. Also, we got a hashtag out there. I think Shauna put that up, Sophia. Call them out. Call them out. Hashtag call them out. That's right. We have to do that, you guys. I'm not anti-police. I'm pro-police. However, I'm anti-corruption. I'm anti-laziness. And, you know, when there's no justice, I'm anti that, you know, saying no justice, no peace, you know, so we have to do that. So that's where we have to stand up. We pay these people getting paid by our tax dollars, and they need to work on our behalf. So, of course. Also, the call to action, you guys, also in the meantime, you guys can still continue your calls, your emails to write to Maricopa County Sheriff's Office with that demand that they should open their own investigation to Daniel's case. The address is there on the screen, you guys. You can see it there, 550 West Jackson Street in Phoenix, Arizona, 85003. And also their phone number, you guys, 602-876-1000. And that's when you guys can, you know, no matter where you're in another country, do it. You know, wherever you're at, you have interest in Daniel's case, it's a national case, you guys can do that. All right. Make signs. I will be doing that, you guys. I'll be doing it a few hours before the protest. I will have the time and place of that protest on the website. That'll be once I get that permit done. I'll start putting that schedule in there. So you guys look out for that on pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, and I'll be talking about it here on Q&A as well as on the platforms. And I will put that information out there for you guys. So the time, and when that time is, it's gonna be like an hour or two before. I will have those posters out there. If you guys want to come out and help make those protest posters. All right. And let's see what else I have here. As I'm doing good, Sophia, I'm moving along.
You're doing great. I wanted to add something that we wanted to,
yes,
after you finish this. Sure.
I have one more point, and then you can go ahead. Urge the local news media as well. You guys reach out to the local news media that in Arizona, if you're in Arizona, and try to get this coverage. If you have an affiliate that's in your city and you're not in Arizona, you can also hit them up as well and say, hey, get your affiliate to cover the story. That type deal in Arizona. It'll be on such date, the protest, and as well as the search for Daniel. Go ahead, Sophia. I'm done with that part.
Okay, no, we talked about some things in our team chat this morning for January. So I know this is all geared to February, but we talked about Daniel's having a birthday coming up.
That's right.
And we wanted to celebrate that with him and maybe do some type of call to action where everybody does a hiking day for Daniel, wherever you are. You can be in whatever state you're in, but if on Daniel's birthday, which is January 14th, which is a Saturday.
Right. It's a Saturday. That's right.
So we were thinking about just doing a hike for Daniel and just kind of using hashtags and people just kind of maybe tagging us in photos across the United States. I don't know, just wanted to talk about it.
And that's right. And that's the thing. And that was a great idea. I was really glad you guys came up with that. Shauna came up with that. And, that was very, very helpful. I really was happy to hear that. One of the things I was thinking that, like you said, a hike, no matter where you're at, because Daniel, he's an outdoors person. Yeah. When I say outdoors person, he's not outdoors when we go camping and hanging out in the wilderness and stuff, but he loves nature. You guys, you can see the pictures that I have for Daniel out all over the place on social media. He loved nature. So yeah, agree. If you guys on January the 14th, you guys, no matter where you're at, you can take some time out to spend time with nature, go out and do these hikes, these walks and stuff in the name of Daniel. And if you guys need flyers, we can get the flyers out to you, but pass out some of these flyers to people in some of these areas. So definitely want to talk about that again, Sophia, and I thank you for bringing that up, because I would have slipped that would slip my mind. So
that's what I'm here for.
That's right. That's the whole team. You guys have been very helpful to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yes, I need to elaborate on that a little bit more. I don't think if I can get that a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll get some details out.
Right. And I'll be probably put like a little video together to put on something, TikTok to the Twitter or something. We'll do something to put it out on social media to kind of get more people involved. And I might do a little short video here on the StreamYard or something to put on YouTube to try to, remind everybody, you guys, January 14th, Daniel's birthday. He'll be 26 now. Believe it or not, 24 went missing, 26, you guys. And that's horrible, really horrible. I was thinking about the other day. It really broke me to think that, I'm missing that much time from my son's life. I don't want his voice to disappear, in my mind. I have to listen to things like voicemails and the recordings that I have of Daniel's just to hear his voice. That's crazy. And I don't want it to have to be that way forever. So you guys, definitely you guys can help and just kind of show the support that way. Take a hike, get into him, take your children out, that type thing. And, in the name of Daniel's for his birthday, that'll be really nice. I really appreciate that, you guys. And I thank you again up front. Also, I want to go to the last point of information and outreach and the ambassador program. Same thing, you guys. You guys can reach out to us and try to get those flyers. Come out to see me tomorrow on that Zoom. The Zoom is 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5 p.m. That's on the Arizona time. That's 4 p.m. Pacific time, and that's right, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I saw you moving. I want to make sure I'm straight. But yes, you guys, please join me. It is right there on Please Help Find Daniel website. all you do is go on the website and look up Please Help Find Daniel. It's right on the front page. You can't miss it, you guys. So the information is right there. You just click that Zoom link. Bam. I'll be sitting there smiling, waiting on you. I don't know if I'll be smiling, but I'll be sitting there waiting on you. So please, if you can, join tomorrow evening. I can tell you more about the ambassador program. I'll put the screen up real quick so I can point it out to you guys real quick here. But yes, if you guys can come up there on this Q&A, on this ambassador program, all you do, like I said, this is a website here. You guys already know. You just scroll down on the main page here. Just scroll down below this video here, and you see it right here. It says Zoom Lead Meeting below. All you do is click here, this button here. Click here, and then you will get put straight into your, if you have Zoom, it'll take you to your Zoom, and I'll be there waiting on you. So it's simple to scroll down and go right there. So thanks so much, Sophia, for, I think you put that thing there. Okay, never mind. I see what you did there. Okay. All right, but thank you so much, you guys. If you guys can come and join me tomorrow, you learn more about that Zoom, about the ambassador program on the Zoom. Becoming an ambassador. The ambassador's program is designed to, first of all, get flyers out for Daniel. The second part is to build an infrastructure for the Daniel Robinson Foundation, because what we're trying to do is help other families all over the country. And one of the things is to have the infrastructure. So if you guys are interested, if you're not, share with other people. We try to get as many people as we can. Try to outreach, put it on your social media platforms, everything. I just need the help. I really need the help in that way. If you have things, Sophia.
You ready for some questions?
Yes, I am.
You ready?
Yes,
okay. So we have our first one from Anissa. Anissa, and I'm not going to do the left. Complete this. But she also has a super chat there, so you can definitely thank her for that. We appreciate that. Her question is whether Anissa,
thanks so much.
Were there any tracks leading to or around the staged crash site? Because that would literally mean it didn't rain the entire time his vehicle was supposedly there.
And it is. There's a lot of tracks there. And one of the things is law enforcement says there are tracks, but they told me at the same time they don't know which direction the vehicle actually came in. And they also told me there was no tracks from his feet or whatever leaving the scene here. But yeah, as in vehicle tracks, yeah, it just tracks all over that place, that little area where the vehicle was found. So a lot of them still there. You can still see the tracks where they pulled the vehicle out of that place. Probably still there to this date. But yes, a lot of tracks there.
Okay.
And thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Then the next question that I see coming down the comment section is from Rachel Arnold. Hi, Rachel. Where are the majority of your resources being used at this time? And what resources are you needing most?
Well, the most of it is the resource I have now is being towards a flyer distribution and things like that. That's what's going on right now for me at the most part. And that's just pretty much it. It was to be able to remain in Arizona as well, but I'm doing some changes on that as well. So that's pretty much the bulk of it for right now.
Okay, so is there any resources that you're needing most?
Yeah, just right now, definitely for the searches. You know, if I want to get those searches back and running the way I would need it, this search that's coming up, for instance, definitely need all the help I can, the resources for that. Of course, my goal is to have all the razors and the side-by-sides, all the razors, the 4x4s type vehicle to get people logistic-wise over the area to the area where I need. I'm not saying the area yet, but get over to the area where I need the searches to be. So that's one of the main things. Yeah, trying to be able to get those type equipment, which I will have out there, because that's one of the main. I have to have those, you guys. I told you that before. I've been out there without it. The funding went really low. That's the reason I had to pause the searches. It went really low, and I couldn't pull the flyer distribution as well as doing everything else while I was in Arizona, and still trying to keep a search going with those equipment. So I kind of let it slide off, to make a long story short, and one of the volunteers caught a heat injury. And, you know, I've been in the military. We've been in heat training, things like that. but we did have a medic on the scene, but she was in a pickup truck. We didn't even have a command center up. And to make a long story short, that freaked me out. This is, you guys are people, loved ones, and I don't risk anybody out there in the desert just to find my son. I really appreciate you guys showing your love and your concern, but at the same time, that really freaked me out. And I said that would never happen again. And so I just went ahead and stopped the searches at time until I can get to the point where I can go ahead and put all those those elements back in place.
Yes. Okay, and another question from another Maria. She says you were working on another LE to take the case. Are they working on it? So you've kind of answered that one because we had the meeting with Tempe. But go ahead.
Yeah, I missed that little first part of that word. You said
it just says the question is you're working on another LE to take on the case. Are they
law enforcement?
Yeah,
and that's the Maricopa County. So what I'm trying to do is, like I said, you guys, that's pretty much it. What I did on the call to action. What I'm trying to do is get Maricopa County to take a lead or just open their own investigation. Also, I want Tempe be involved as well. My son is resident of Tempe, Arizona. The other part is really proper to get FBI into this case. You guys see, that's why I want to show up, Sophia. We're going to kind of break some of the questions too, because I want to get to this well real quick, like I did this morning, and get those pictures that I promised from this morning, the outside to kind of explain what was thrown into that well. But that's the things, saying just to get the FBI involved as well. We did, Sophia, I don't know if we need to put that out just yet, but we are talking to other agencies, not just local law enforcement, but also federal as well, to try to get some things moving. So I know you know exactly what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
And so just want to, not sure if I need to put that out just yet, but or who the persons are, I don't know. What you think?
We're just waiting on a meeting. Just waiting on a meeting.
Waiting on some of that stuff. So for right now, it seems like it's going in the right direction, you guys. Especially with the FBI side of things. It's just that I'm not going to say it. I've been burnt like that before, as you guys know, through Buckeye. As for a brief, and they said they're going to do a case brief. Make a long story short, later to say that the FBI not coming in because I'm doing such a great job on my own. That kind of thing, that ludicrous stuff. So I'm not going to put that out just yet until I know concrete wise that the FBI or whoever department would be involved in Dane's case. All right.
More questions? Okay.
I'll do one more. Then I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna go to the thing. You can hold that area. Then I'll go into the try to get this stuff out about that. Well.
Okay. All right. So T and Wildflowers wants to know, Mr. Robinson, can the forensics on the phone reveal when the memory card was removed?
I don't know. I do not know that. I know that the Tempe Police Department went back through that phone, and they didn't mention that. So I don't know. I don't know because we don't have the report yet. So once we get the report, we can get a bigger understanding if they could or not. But from right now, I'm not sure about that. That's something that I don't know if that's even possible. Okay. Real quick. To change gear just a little quick, and I'll make this really fast. You guys, I just wanted to kind of go back what I talked about this morning. As you guys know, I put up, Sophia, I will be doing this again. And this is the, put this up back on the screen. This is the well that I showed you guys this morning. And this well goes really deep down in that well, deep down in that well. It goes over down almost 1,000 feet down. And I showed you this well because this is the well that I'm gonna pause it right here. First of all, this is the well that I, from the investigative standpoint, say that this is the well that Daniel was last supposedly being with Ken on June 23rd. Not the one that you guys, if you guys have been out there in that search with me and I was showing you this well and say, hey, this is the one. There was all this vegetation around it really close. Things like that. But when I went back over this thing over and over and over again, I can see that, yes, just by the story, about the what it was given, putting all that stuff together, the 2 miles, like I said, the 1 mile west, 2 miles north, will put you to this well site here. And this is a well site that had all the things in it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead again, Sophia, like I did before this morning, so I don't want everybody to have to go through the whole movement of this well because it's really long. It's really long, you guys, so I'm kind of bouncing around real quick here and try to get ahead. But what you see, the numbers right here in the center, where it said 22 here, 166 feet right here is where the water began, right? Come down from ground level down into that well. You hit water around 165, 166 feet right here. You can see it right there coming up. But the thing that was striking to the guy who was actually doing the well inspection, that's the background. You guys can go to the first Q&A and hear the details about that. With the well inspection, he's in the well inspector. And that's the only reason I was able to get access to this well from the owners and to be able to do a search of this well, a proper search. Something that Buckeye Police Department didn't do. They went to the surface. They went to this point right here, you guys can see, and then they pull it back out and say, well, Mr. Roberts, ain't nothing to see here, ain't nothing there, you know. And I was supposed to be satisfied with that. I wish I wasn't, you guys. That's why I had a company. This company came in and did it themselves. Now, right here at 166, 168, because moving there, and we touched that water, so it's 168 feet where this water began. But you see that big pipe sitting in the center there, that shouldn't be there. That's one of the biggest things he noticed at first. He was really the guy, the well inspector, was like, oh, this is not right. I was leaning to one side because when he got down to the bottom of this, to make a long story with this, he had to try to find a way around this pipe if he can get around it. He ended up not being able to get down the sides of it like he's trying to do. So eventually he had to go down the center of this pipe just to try to get through this well, get to the bottom of this well. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it forward if I can find a place where what's holding this pipe up. If I can get there. I should have write these timelines to fill down. Probably would help me out. But he's going down the pipe right there, you guys. That's why it looks so clean. He's going down the center part. But now he made it to the other side of it. And you will see this wood structure when you get down. Let's see. Right here. All right. Let me pause right here for a second. Wood structure. Wood structure here. And that's what's holding that pipe up. So the wood structure came first. Somebody threw the wood structure there first. And then the pipe came second, right? But that's not the end of the story because there's some other things that really came first as we go farther down the well. I was describing that this morning to everybody who was on the Q&A. Once we get past this wood structure, he was able to go straight down the well and get down to, right now I'm going down to, I think I want to say 600 some feet. This is 400 feet. Of course, he had to stop a couple times, you guys, to look at the well integrity. I pointed out to you guys that this part of the well is where the water has come in. That's why you see the grooves. But you see the dirt particles that's floating around like that. This well has been there for years, and that shouldn't be floating around like that. He told me that was some kind of metal-eating bacteria because of all the trash and things that's floating around in that water. And we didn't know where the particles was falling that way, but you will find out once you get down to the bottom, and that's dirt particles. Let's see if I can get down farther. This well is really deep, you guys. For me to go down the normal speed, you guys will be watching this for a long time. Let's see here. We're down to 731 feet. I'm gonna speed ahead I'm trying to get to where I get this pipe at. You guys can see the net structure that's down in this well. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, what we have here is a pipe. You guys can see the pipe right here on your bottom left right here. I'm going to pause the film for a second. There's a pipe on the bottom left of your screen, and that pipe is the first, is probably about the third thing that was put down in there. But the whole thing is this pipe will come from the ground level as well. And I'm going to show you some pictures from the ground level to show you where this pipes came from. It's a fencing pipe. And it's the long pole of the pipe, not the one that goes vertical, but the ones that goes horizontal. But that was thrown down in there for whatever reason, right? And you can still see this debris still falling downward. But you can also see what came down in that pipe came down past this pipe out after the pipe was there, which it had to be. It couldn't be before because you'll see the reason why I say it couldn't be before. But it's pipe was put down there, and then there was an attempt to, in my opinion, to cover something up with large amounts of dirt. That's the reason why you see all the stuff floating around, you guys. And I'm gonna see if I can speed the film up to get to where I want you guys to see the amount of. There we go, right here. This is the posting. Let me see if I can back it up just a tad. All right, this is the posting on the side of that same pole. He's going down the sides of this pole to get down in this well, on the bottom of this well. And as you see right here, I probably stopped too late, but that's amount of dirt sitting on this the part of the junction that's kind of going horizontal, and the dirt that was thrown down in there, kind of made a shelving there, and the dirt collected. So there's a large amount of dirt was thrown down as well to cover something up. You're gonna see it from the side angle, so that way you can see a lot better.
And so they just haven't even said that they were going to do a well check. They're not even interested in checking this well. Not even interested at all. I had to get Buckeye Police Department to do it. They haven't even checked the other well. I did that one as well also, but they didn't even check this well. Check the other well. This well, like I said, I had to go through hoops almost to get Buckeye Police Department to go on a weekday to come back out there. Larnell came with me, Sophia, and we went out there to meet Buckeye Police Department out there to search the same as that well. Like I told you guys, they just searched. I had this guys from Maricopa County posse with some makeshift camera, with some little thing, and they went down in there with some camera that can't even get submerged in the water. The camera barely touched the water. They're freaking out, but they stopped at the water, and where you guys saw the pipe, they stopped there. They didn't show me that because I didn't even know that was in there from what they gave to me. They stopped there and they pulled back out. So, nothing to be seen, And I think they thought I was going to be satisfied with that and move on with life. But what really searching the well site is about: going down and getting the evidence and seeing what's really going on. That's a lot of dirt that was put down in this well, and it collected there in that little area. You guys, you see, that's that thing is sitting horizontal, and the dirt collected. That was a lot of dirt dumped down. The guy that did the inspection, when he got to the bottom, he still was trying to probe the bottom because he felt just by his own expertise that this well goes a lot deeper, but because of the dirt that's there, of course, it came to a bottom rest, right? I'm speeding it up a little further. This is also another thing he was looking at that shouldn't be there. There's a big old large thing that is not part of a well that should be there as well. But that little disc you guys see down on the bottom next to it, in this area right here, is what the concern was about, if that was a human skull, the top of a human skull or not, or the side from the forensic folks I had to look at it, say it could be a side piece, like, the dirt kind of covered up, but it's kind of sitting on the side, the back end at a certain angle or whatever. They're trying to take a good look at it. I did send some video footage, this same video footage to them to look at, to send to their colleagues and things, but they do say it's worthwhile that the FBI should be looking into that and see what all the stuff is, right? That's their opinion, from a professional opinion. But I just wanted to show you guys that, and then at the same time, I want to go into showing you guys this last thing, Sophia. We go back to questions really quick. Is to show you guys the pictures on the outside of the well, so you guys can have an idea of what you just saw. You saw the inside of the well, but now I'm going to show you the outside area of this well. So I'm going to share a screen with you guys again, and so you can see that part of it, and I'll go through those pictures. All right. This is the outside of the well. All right, and I'm gonna put a full screen, Sophia, so I can point it out a lot better. This outside of the well here, you guys. This area is I don't know, they have some little equipment there, but this is the well itself. I don't know if you can see my pointer, Sophia. You can see that pointer there. Yes. This is the thank you, I really appreciate it. This is the well itself. There's gonna be some closer view so you guys can see it. But this is the piping. This is the piping, you guys. You see them, they all lined up here, but one of them missing here. The one that's missing here that would have went here is down in this well. So that's the piping that you guys seen when you see the camera go down through the center part of it, is in that well. It shouldn't be there. For whatever reason, the person put it there. Also, the wood that would hold this kind of piping up. You see some of the wood in there, but it came from that type of wood that's also on the bottom, under these things, holding these pipes up off the ground. All right. So I'm going to the next picture here. Let's see if I can go to the next one. There we go. This is the amount of dirt. I kind of wanted to wish that I would have had an angle so you can see it. It's not too far from where the well is.
It's literally about not even 100 feet, a few feet, 100 feet. Well, it's probably a few hundred feet, about 100 feet, I guess. I don't know. From the well, not even far. So this is where I feel where the dirt came from. It's a big giant mound, you guys, that's sitting there. I believe that's where the dirt came from to be put down in that well. But it's the mound. The mound is over here, and you just walk this way to get to the well, right? All right, so you do see us on the foot on the ground, but this cap here on this well, it actually comes off. Somebody asked me this morning, was the cap heavy? I think it was Shauna, but just pick it up. It's not really heavy. Just pull it out. It's never locked. You just can pull that up and look down into the well. I have a video here that I want to share, and I'm gonna try to skip ahead because I want to get your guys a view of the well from a different angle. But we had some video. We was out there that Saturday to do some stuff with the forensic folk, and but we also was doing our own little search of the area. But I'm gonna pause it when it gets to this mound, if I can. Yeah, you can see the mound right here. This is the mound I was talking about, you guys. The distance from the mound to the well. The well's on the other side of this white structure here. You can see us there on the ground. We have one person. She's a lot bolder than I am. She's way out there somewhere. But you know, this is the area here. So let me see if this footage. What he does with the drone, he's kind of going down at a downward angle to look at the ground and kind of move slow. This also was doing that just to try to see, you know, if was anything missed. I can come back later and still kind of do an aerial search of this area without actually, you know, we kind of zoom in. I can zoom in off my computer and kind of look at every little spot if I see something that looks suspicious. But that's the mound there, you guys, where I believe that dirt come from, as well as coming up to the well where Daniel was supposedly had been last seen. Also, it can make a little more consistent with if the story was true, consistent with, oh, he was staring off into the desert or something. I was told you guys I was at the other well site, and like, hey, where he was staring off to, so much vegetation around, that was really nearly impossible. Here, it's almost possible. But again, this is the well site. This is these are the pipes that was there. Also, I want to show you the fencing part. This long fencing part here is a fencing long pole, just similar to these right here, but they're down on this side here. It's not as long, but it's down on the side here. That's the ones I'm saying, the pole part that goes horizontal, not the vertical ones that holds the chain link fence up. So that's what I'm talking about, you guys. When you saw that pole sitting there, that fence pole sitting there, and it's sitting inside, and it collected that dirt because it's going straight down. That's the part I'm talking about. So you guys can imagine in your head what was thrown down in that well. And again, this is the well itself. That's the cap that goes around that comes up out of there. I think.
Do you have the pictures that we took of the closer up pictures that we took?
I don't have them, you guys. I don't have them just yet. And I was looking for some. I said I must didn't grab them from you.
I think I sent you a few, but I'll check.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, because yeah, that'll be helpful, you guys. You can see it on the next Q&A. Thanks, Sophia, if I can do that, because that would help out a whole lot. But I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of that, what's on the outside of that well, so people can get it in their mind to really understand that.
Yeah.
All right. And now I'm ready for some more questions. Yes.
Questions?
Yeah, and that's it. It's really rough. Go ahead, Sophia. I apologize.
No, go ahead. Get it out.
No, I'm saying it's really rough. You know what I'm saying? Every time you have to go out there, you've been out there, and it's very intimidating. I think we took a couple other people. I don't know if I should say the name, but took them out there, and they felt the same way. It's very intimidating. You know, you don't know.
It just gave them a real, just the visual of just being there and just looking around to see, you know,
exactly.
Just thinking of what was Daniel thinking, where was his mind, you know, just being out there is just a lot, you know.
It is
definitely intimidating.
Very much so, you know, and that's the thing, you know, just even from a perspective of a volunteer, you know, sometimes people, when they used to ask me, say, "Why it takes so long?" You know, how it took 45 weeks out there. You know, if you see that desert from the angle that we see it, and actually, like you say, Sophia, you actually on the ground, you were there, you will see why it takes so much detail and so much look in that area to look for something, and some time. Right. And we don't have the equipment that law enforcement will have, the technologies and things like that. So, of course, we had to do it old school way in a sense. And so that's another reason. But yeah. And what Daniel was out there, yes. But anyway, I'm ready for those questions.
All right. So we're coming from
I'm trying to keep my word now.
Alpheus Swanks from the Facebook side. Did sheriff give? Oh, this might be. Yeah. Did sheriff give a reason why he won't run forensics and investigate Daniel's case? The sheriff hasn't told us that he wasn't doing anything. We just got it from a third party, so we haven't heard from the sheriff.
Exactly.
Sorry, I answered that.
No, good. Thank you. You did it. You answered it right, and that's true. That's correct. You were there, so
we didn't give a reason. We just found out he wasn't doing it. So
that's right. Exactly. And that's trouble. That's sad. Yeah. So
thank you, LC Bird, for saying put flyers up at local libraries, town halls, schools, hospitals. You can put flyers anywhere. Just, we're just definitely ready to mail them out and get them up. So maybe someone's seen Daniel. We can, keep his story up, keep his story alive.
Yes. You have to. Thank you, Mary.
Right. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying thank you. Go ahead with questions.
I'm looking. So go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead to questions. I'm just put some comments up and things like that while you're doing that.
Okay, they think the great idea for the hiking for Daniel. So there's a lot of great ideas for that. For his birthday. Great idea. All right, Amber Overton. Is it true that Daniel was building a new game system or a gaming computer?
Thank you for the question, and thank you for coming on the Q&A. But as Daniel, he told me, yes, he was trying to build a better computer, which he did. He asked me if I'm a computer major, computer engineer major. So he and I was talking about a lot of stuff when he was building that computer. Very proud of building it. But one of the things he did was to build that computer for work and also home, for his gaming. Because like you said, you saw the picture I put up there. He had his gaming. He had one screen for his game and one for the work. And so he wanted a computer that's powerful enough to do everything like that for him. And and so that's what he was doing. Yes, that's one part.
Okay. And then Isan, have they looked into the rancher that found his vehicle, and where is the ranch located?
I know the ranch located. Of course, I won't be able to put that out in the public. But the thing is, I don't know if he would be considered as any type of suspect or not. From my take for the rancher, like I said this morning, he seemed like a very straightforward guy. Only thing that would be more questionable about the rancher to me is the fact that he and Chief Hall came out that Saturday. I mean, think about this, guys. I said it before. Here it is, July the 19th. The vehicle was found right by the rancher. The rancher told me out his own mouth, say, "Hey, look." Buckeye told me, say, "Look, don't alert the media, don't alert the family member. Though I'm out there with volunteers, trying to rescue Daniel. Don't tell that father that we found this vehicle for whatever reason." Right? That's one thing he told me. But the thing is, I'm saying, you guys, I didn't cancel my searches when that vehicle showed up. Had a search that weekend. The first time I met the rancher, the only thing I can think of that seemed kind of odd is he was there. He showed up, popped up, which is not odd that he showed up. He could have been concerned and want to search, go out there and search, but he didn't come to search. He just came out there to point out where the vehicle was found. He and his wife. Also, ironically, Chief Hall showed up before he did and was pointing out in the wrong place to try to show us where this thing was. Didn't show my family, but showing everybody where this vehicle was found. And but they never showed up again. They didn't do any searches or anything. Just came to point it out like they're selling the story and just disappeared. And that's the way I take it, hindsight. A story to make sure the story to, hey, look, the vehicle's found here. It's here. This is where the vehicle's at. That type deal.
Right. Okay. Anissa, again, with the super chat and the question.
Thank you, Anissa. Thank you again.
Was your investigator able to take imprints of all of the tire tracks to see if they did or did not match Daniel's vehicle? Because there's no way his vehicle got there by itself without help,
And I like those questions, and those one of the things I doubt he did. I didn't see him do it. And I spent a lot of time with Mr. McGrath out in the desert. In fact, I was the one paying for all the equipment that he needed out there while he was doing those jobs, where it was a backhoe to you name it. He was digging some spots out in the desert. So to make a long story short, I have never seen him do any imprints of any tire tracks. I don't say he didn't do it on some weekday when I wasn't around, but generally when he's out in the desert, I'm out in the desert with him, and I know I have not seen him do that. So I don't know. I don't have any information of that or anything to suggest that.
Okay. And then some other comments about maybe Daniel's job could donate a few ATVs so that you could keep your volunteers safe as well.
That's right. I believe that too. You know, they're not off the hook now. I don't think you guys think Major Southwest Groundwater, they off the hook somehow. You know, they know better than that. You know, you guys, it started off from the beginning. People always grill me about that all the time. Hey, did they go out and search? I think I was talking to even one of the guys interviewed me, and he was like, "Hey, what did the job do? These guys have they're pretty nice size company. They make some good money for a growing company, but you would think of as an employee they would have used some resources to go do their own searches or pay somebody to go do searches, do something." But no, they haven't done that, elected to do that. But so I don't know what they would do if it comes to the searches. I didn't reach out to them and ask them, if they would want to contribute to getting those, that type of stuff. So,
okay. Candace on the Facebook side wants to know if the mound has been X-rayed. That dirt mound.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not that I know of. No, not yet. It wouldn't have been done by me. I doubt it was done by law enforcement because they don't seem to have no interest into anything about that well. So I doubt it.
Okay. All right. Is the lid on the well locked? And I think you covered that when you had it's unlocked, right? You can just
it's unlocked. That's right. It's unlocked. You can go and pull it out. That's right.
Let's do whatever you want to do with that. Unsafe.
And again, it is unsafe. Thank God no children out there. Somebody pull it up and somebody fall in there. You don't want to do that. You see how deep that is. It's horrible to even think that. But yes, it's unlocked. Both wells.
And then Forever Curious, can the well water be tested for evidence of human remains? Perhaps Daniel found something suspicious about the water content, the items in the well. Somebody's likely trying to hide something.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to get the law enforcement to do. Is if they show the interest, FBI come in, they can do that. I don't buy the Buckeye Police Department with that pet, the family pet that came out to disguise himself as a cadaver dog. I do not buy that. So yes, that's why I need the forensics out there. I need the water, like you said, tested for human remains if that's possible, and get a cadaver dog to the way. And this is the crazy part. I can't give them the Buckeye Police Department. They came out when they did that put that camera down in there. They did do something I asked them to do, and that was to put some air down into that. I forgot how they did it. I think it was some kind of fan with a hose or something. But anyway, put some air down into that well to blow the air up for the cadaver dog, see if he smell, I guess, get the scent from, kind of move the air down in that well to pull it back up. And, so I think I remember them doing something similar to that to try to get something. I think it was a fan or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. But that was one of the requests I had as well. But according, like I said, if they would have had a real cadaver dog out there, maybe it could have found something if something's there. But that little dog, I don't know. I'm not sure.
We're still waiting on the picture. We're still waiting on the picture. You keep talking
I
about
know.
this pet dog.
What it is I found out, Sophia, is I don't have a picture. I have a video, and you have to look at the video. So what I'm trying to do is make a picture off the video.
Because you keep talking about this little pet cadaver dog. We're like, where is it?
Yeah, I will. And you look
Okay.
at that dog and say, no, that's not a cadaver dog. Well, if you judge a book by a cover, I don't know. He could be the best cadaver dog in the world. I don't know. They might train a Chihuahua to be a cadaver dog. I don't know. But the thing is, it didn't appear or something to me in my spirit.
We're
I want to
waiting.
take the dog home. I would say it like that. That's how pretty it was to me. And so
You want to pet it. This is a nice
yeah, the
doggy.
petting and
Okay. We're
everything.
moving. No, stop. We're moving. Amber.
Okay.
Amber Overton. Yeah, Amber Overton from Facebook. Have you been able to find any work logs / journal notes from Daniel's findings the week before he went missing?
Well, I don't know about I have, the thing is, Daniel have a lot of them. He have a whole big box of logs, according to my investigator, that was in his vehicle, and it still should be there. Nothing should be removed from that vehicle. Only person who had access to that is Mr. McGrath. So the thing is, so there's a lot of logs. One thing Daniel did take some pictures of logs for whatever reason of the first well site. I have sent that out to some guy in New York. Well, we're going to use a guy in New York who can read those type things because I don't know what they mean, and it wasn't a good fit for me. So I still look for somebody to read that stuff, those logs.
Oh, and that had nothing. I'm looking at Rachel and T and Wildflower. They just they're going off in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Pacific Breezy. Mr. Robinson, why do you think the ladies at Daniel's DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever he delivered invited him inside?
The
I
Instacart.
asked you this because my 21-year-old daughter would not invite a male delivery driver inside.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Well, according to my son, Daniel told me about the two young ladies and the story he gave me. I'm not even going to go by what was written in this report and all that kind of stuff. But one of the things that Daniel told me in the phone call, my last phone call with my son, is that he met those women through Instacart. It's some type of order they order, and they had some wine that they order, and the order didn't come out right. And Daniel fixed that order for them, was able to give them the wine that they was looking for. They was very happy about it. They invited him in, and that's why he was hanging out with them that night. And then, ultimately been there and left the next day. Now, the thing is all about that wine. And I don't know the reason why they say, hey, they was happy for. The only thing I got from Daniel, they're just happy that he corrected the order is the reason I guess they let him in. I don't know.
Yeah. And I wanted to not fail to mention Kim Brulette for the super chat.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you as well. Thank you, everybody who does the super chat. I think I missed one person this morning, and I'll try to remember who that was. But thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for just coming to the Q&A. Thank you guys for supporting as much as you have been doing. Every last one of you, everybody on this Q&A, I really appreciate you guys. And just want to thank you. Thank you for the super chats, like I said, also as well, off the YouTube side. God bless you guys.
Then we have Amber Overton from the Facebook side. Any insight into what Daniel was working on that week specifically? I find it odd that his coworkers kept calling him that day, acting like they knew something was wrong so soon. He could have just been taking a long break. Had he maybe discovered something odd and they wanted to keep a lid on it? So let me go. The question was, any insight into what Daniel was working on that week specifically?
Well, not from my perspective. I don't know what he's working on specifically, but I think, one thing that kind of stands out to me is that Waffle House deal. You guys already know the day before. I will tell you guys, and I said this on Q&A before, from my investigation side, what Buckeye gave to me is the pictures, the still pictures, which they claim they had videos. I talked to Waffle House. They said they don't give out still pictures, they give out videos. But according to Buckeye Police Department, that's what they got. And but just looking at the timestamps and things like that, the impression that I have from my investigation that Daniel, in my opinion, would have met somebody, because it's a time, a space, an hour that's unaccounted for in those still footage timing. And so I really feel that Daniel was meeting somebody or have met somebody in that Waffle House interaction. It makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. He left his vehicle at home. Think about it. And some people say, oh, he called a bus to the Waffle House. No, I didn't hear that. I don't know where they get that from. But definitely did catch a Uber back, some kind of Uber or something back.
Okay. I'm not seeing any more questions, just a lot of comments and
Yes.
statements. So you can.
There we go. Okay, I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. If you guys had any more questions, that's how you put it up. Of course, the capital letter Q, question mark, the word question before you question. But I want to thank everybody, you guys, for coming in and on this Q&A and spend time for me and Sophia. Sophia's also, like I said, the secretary of the Daniel Rawson Foundation. We will be launching sometime.
The secretary? The secretary?
Yeah, I gave you a different position.
You're getting me a shout out.
Shauna's gonna kill me. Treasurer.
Oh,
She's
God.
the treasurer of the Daniel Rawson Foundation, you guys. We'll be launching, have a launch date coming up this year, this coming year, in a few days this year coming. And grateful that you guys spent time with both of us. I know Shauna probably watching if I mess that up all the time. But thank you guys, like I said, for coming in on the Q&A, and thank you everybody who got the super chats. Thank you guys who've been showing all the love, and all of you that, like I said, just here to listen, and also here to share Daniel's story. So thanks so much, and go ahead, Sophia.
One more question. Apparently,
there we go. Carolyn.
Yes. Althea says, how much has been invested into looking more into Daniel's placement on the site on the day he disappeared? Like, how did he receive his assignments? How far in advance did he receive this particular assignment? How is it that him and Ken ended up on the assignment? I mean, that's a lot.
Well, from what Daniel tell me, I don't know. I did talk to, I used to have these board meetings with his company, but one thing that was pointed out with Daniel himself, he told me they generally just put it on his, he have a work computer. And that was the work computer that was found in his vehicle as well. It's a work laptop. But he get assignments there. They have this assignments come up from when they're at home, for instance. He just go out. That's why I tell you guys, he's a field geologist, and I'll say, it's kind of hard to say work and say, he was acting this way and this and that, blah, blah, and they don't get to see him much. He's a field geologist. He's out. He got to work a computer, and he get assignments. But that's how you pretty much get it. I don't think it's a week in advance, because I did see some chatter on some of his devices where between him and the coworker, and they'd be like, it seemed like that assignment was given like that few hours before the day start or something. But I don't know. It could be in advance or not. I didn't get that far into it.
Okay, I believe.
But as in Ken, real quick, as in him knowing Ken, I was just told that they never met before. I don't know if that's a factual thing or not. I was just told by Matrix. I'll take that back. Told by Ken himself. That was his first time meeting Daniel.
Okay. I think Mary Flynn she says she had a question. I'm looking for it, but what I'm seeing is that she's just making a comment saying disgusting that the company never helped. Makes everyone wonder, and she has question marks behind that. Okay. And I guess talking about Daniel's company, or possibly.
Yeah, and that's the Daniel company. I won't say they wouldn't help, because they did do they didn't want to help. They did do contribution to the GoFundMe when I really needed those resources out there. The owner of the company, the mother. And, I want to backtrack a little bit. Daniel, you guys got to know too. Daniel's good friend in college, his college buddy. His college buddy's parents is the owners of Matrix New World. So that's how Daniel was able to land that job as well. Is because his friend from college, his buddy hang out with in college, parents own that company, the mother especially. And because of that, of course, I talked to the owners. They seemed very devastated that Daniel went missing, of course. And, of course, their son was taking it really hard. From what I was told. I never met the son, but that's what I was told. But yeah, I will say that the owners and Daniel, their son, Daniel's friend. So also as well.
So I hope I got that question, Mary. I saw, just wanted to make sure I said something. Forever Curious, thank you for the super chat. Justice
Thank
for
you.
Daniel.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
And
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Someone says, I wonder if he met Ken at the Waffle House.
I don't know who he met, but I can tell you that it seemed kind of from what I got, I would have the theory that Daniel did meet someone at the Waffle House. It is to me the chopping of the pictures I got, they don't make sense. They don't go together. And I don't want to say it was intentional on Buckeye's point or not. I don't want to say it's intentional, so I'm not gonna put it like they intentionally did something, but it feels intentional in a sense because it was the timestamp left out a big old whole hour. What happened? It made it appear that he some kind of way he came in, sat down, and just blinked up, but he was outside, but blinked up in a certain spot, and it just don't add up with the timeline. And so with the marker. So you guys, if I ever can share that with you guys in the future, I will. But a lot of things just don't add up that I got from the Buckeye Police Department.
Okay, on the Facebook side again, Amber Overton, not sure if you consider it, but what questions are coming in? But what if their friend Luke was sent to spy on Daniel? Odd that he shows up to visit right before he goes missing.
And that's one of the things that it was one thing that bothered me the most. When I talked to Daniel that night, 2 days prior, he said Daniel told me his friends were still there. He said, "Oh, my friend's he's at the apartment." But to be honest with you, I've been talking to Daniel, of course, all the time, 2 hours. And I had a reason why I mentioned his friends on that conversation is because I thought in the way he was talking, somebody was listening in on the call, right? Because he was walking to his vehicle. To make a long story, he just at a little local place, getting in his car when he called me. And the thing is, it seemed like somebody was there, but he didn't want to say. And but at the same time, we just kept our conversation. So, but yeah, I asked him about the friends. He said, "Oh, they still at the apartment." Then later, when he went missing, the story is that he was gone already before Daniel went missing. So. I really, really don't know that timeline. I wish I can get this guy's cell phone pings or his flight record or whatever the case may be to see if he really did leave town at time. But I met the guy. He came back. He went to New York and he came back and said he was, moving back to Arizona, moving to Arizona to work out there since Daniel's, I guess, gone. I'm sure they need to fill a spot or something. I don't know. But he came back and he came to one search. He seemed kind of, I don't know. I can't really be judgmental. My investigator has some suspicions about him, but his way he was acting and things, I just didn't spend enough time with him to even judge that. But my investigator didn't feel comfortable with him. But he did come to one search, and that was it. Just came to one.
Okay. There's a few people's first time hearing about Luke. But I'm sure you've gone over that in your recap.
I have in the past. Early on, I used to talk about Luke all the time. Early on, and when I started Q&A, but no, just went so far past.
Okay, all right. Pacific Breezy. I think some of the answers are between Ken and the young ladies. Both people just don't add up. Someone out there knows something. Daniel's vehicle was somewhere for almost 30 days. Someone knows.
Yeah, you'll be surprised about all the conflict of interest in this whole thing too. So that would raise a lot of eyebrows. So we'll be able to share those things eventually.
Okay, I think this time
that should be it.
I'm done. Yeah. All right.
And so to recap real quick and we can get off. Thank you, Sophia, so much for being here on this Q&A. I really appreciate you getting those questions out for me. You guys, make it a lot easier. We're trying to get a plan where Sophia can help me. Some of the team members you see come on the morning Q&A to try to help me. Go ahead.
Just one more question is Erin Chase. She just wants 15 minutes before the ambassador link tomorrow with Zoom.
Come 15 minutes early.
15 minutes early. All right, Erin.
I email her. I'll tell her 15 minutes early. Come 15 minutes early. We start 15 minutes early, and then going on to the ambassador. So you guys, please come to the ambassador program tomorrow evening, like I say, 5 p.m. if you can. Thank you so much for coming to this Q&A, and thank you for spending time with Sophia, myself, and to try to get Daniel's story out there. Please, thank you guys, everybody for Super Chat. Thank you all for your love and support. God bless you, and I will have all the information about tonight on pleasehelpfinddaniel.com and also the social media platforms. All right, thank you. Bye. Take care.